Neste mês, encontramo-nos na África do Sul com Reuben Riffel, um chefe de renome, e vamos explorar a paixão que este país nutre pelos alimentos assados na brasa.
Food's got the power to bring people together. Braai is one of the things that almost makes that easier.
A Cidade do Cabo é um local onde as paisagens urbanas se misturam com a beleza natural. Nesta cidade, repleta de contrastes, a diversidade da culinária local é exaltada com tradições e estilos de confecção tão variados quanto o próprio país. Entre as enseadas da Cidade do Cabo e os seus municípios mais limítrofes, há um ritual chamado Braai, que é comum à culinária de toda a África do Sul.
Braai could almost be pretty close to a religion in South Africa, so people take it very seriously. They have their beers and it's just a very social thing, and I think that a lot of South Africans can relate to.
Braai significa assar na brasa em afrikaner e, nos vários municípios, este ritual é conhecido como Xizaniama, que significa carne queimada em Zulu. Aos domingos à tarde, chega a haver filas de cerca de 1.500 pessoas que pretendem provar carnes bem temperadas no Mzolis, um restaurante localizado no município de Guguleto.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, same here.
It's a great kitchen you've got there.
Very nice.
Now look, I'm a chef as well, but this is completely new to me. Or I cannot imagine being in this kitchen the whole day, just frying meat. But I wanna give it a go though. Is it okay?
Yeah, you can.
So these are all beef, just beef chops that you're doing?
Yeah, those two,
These
beef
two,
chops.
and then chicken and the borscht. Woo, but it gets hot here, eh?
It does. That's why you've got to sort of
You've got to be like, that's why you've got this long one,
position yourself, Yeah, you'll make a good braai one day.
You can see I'm not shaking. Cooking with fire, for me, I do think it just gives food a great flavor. Just putting something over an open fire, whether it's the meat, the fat that sort of like melts and gets that smoky flavor, it just enhances the food so much. And for me, enjoying food is a lot about anticipation. And braai is the best way. You can see it, you can smell it, and it just kind of like works with your palate. And by the time it comes to your plate, you just want to dig in there and have it.
Cozinhar em redor das brasas, quando era ainda pequeno, moldou a filosofia culinária de Reuben e influenciou os pratos que prepara no restaurante, ao qual deu o seu nome.
When I was growing up, food was obviously very important, but it wasn't only just about the food. It was about the people that cooked the food, their approach to the people that they were cooking for. For me, it's very simple. I like quite a lot of familiarity. It's important to have like a sense of this is something that I've sort of like grew up with and I've tasted it somewhere before. Okay, and I want to see that sauce and everything that goes with it. We're not trying to overcomplicate anything. We're not trying to have 100 flavors on a plate. That's not our food. A little bit of sugar, tiny bit, just for caramelization. Take it off. If there's an opportunity for us to bring in some local spice or spice combination, we explore that as well.
As especiarias são um legado da comunidade muçulmana que reside na Bucab, a zona mais colorida da cidade. O nome desta zona significa parte superior do Cabo e a sua história remonta aos primeiros escravos que cá chegaram vindos das Índias Orientais.
Well, the Bucab has got so much history. I just love that culture. I come from a small town, and community is quite important. I've got a sense in the book I've managed to keep that traditions and to keep that going. It's great to just go there, when I need my spices and I can go into the shop and walk around and get what I want. I think the place is special.
A Atlas Trading é uma loja muito especial para os habitantes da Bucab e fornece especiarias à comunidade há já mais de 70 anos. Reuben veio cá em busca da mistura de especiarias perfeita para acompanhar borrego, a sua carne preferida.
We would normally use coriander. As you can see, it's slightly lighter.
Yeah.
We use more coriander. I'll pour a little bit in here. And that's the fennel. Well, not too much of the fennel. And then you have the turmeric. Turmeric is just basically for color. And it's also a very good antibiotic. If you use a turmeric with other spices, the body absorbs it. But if you use it as is, it doesn't absorb. And
So
then
you should always mix it.
That's correct, yeah. And then we have the cumin, which you love.
I love cumin.
Yeah, and cumin basically goes with everything.
That's lovely. You know, that's the nice thing about when there's not chili in there yet. It just, you know, the balance is just great. Okay, so we can put that in my little bag. And then earlier I also grabbed downstairs some of the mother-in-law and father-in-law spices because I'm quite interested in that. I just wanted to find out more about them.
The mother-in-law and the father-in-law is basically the same spices. The mother-in-law is hotter and the father-in-law is completely mild. And obviously there's no reference to any mother-in-law. So I always make a joke and say, you know, if you want to kill your mother-in-law, give her some of that spices.
A culinária desta comunidade muçulmana é composta por uma fusão entre pratos europeus e especiarias do Oriente. E há uma chefe que detém os segredos de algumas das receitas mais importantes da Bocap.
Good day, Zaini. How are you doing?
Hi, Reuben.
Zaini Misbek foi criada cá e teve 30 anos para aperfeiçoar a arte de preparar Coexisters, uma iguaria local.
So you're going to show me how to make them?
Yes. I use 4 cups of flour. It's usual cake flour. So I'm going to put it in.
So then also there's 2 different types, obviously. I mean, in South
Yes,
Africa you get the one they call cook sister and then you get
Yes.
the cook sister. So you know, what's
Well,
the
the
difference?
one at the time when the Malays had to give the recipe to the Dutch, the one that's the original, which the one I'm making now, has the spices.
So that's the only difference.
That's
It's
the only
spice.
difference. It's the spice.
So Zaini, there's, you know, if I go to some of the shops around here, you can buy these kusisters as well.
You don't find this in a lot of shops, but you find it on a Sunday morning when people make them to earn extra money. So this is a housewife's treat to spoil the husband for a Sunday breakfast. And that's always been like that. That's why I don't think it went commercially, because it's on a Sunday morning.
So when he gets up, he gets his kusister
Oh,
and
he
his
is
cup of tea
pampered and maybe
well
his,
looked after.
his newspaper. Yes, he's
Lovely.
looked after. Get some more energy and then do what you have to do around the house.
Oh, so there's a reason behind
There's a
that.
reason.
Okay, now I get it. Very clever.
Esta receita contempla anis, cardamomo, gengibre seco e canela e foi confiada a Zaini pela sua tia. Apesar de a versão africana ser entrançada, os coexisters desta comunidade muçulmana apresentam uma forma oval.
Nice and light now, eh?
So in that line is where we stuff the coconut.
Oh, is that
So
where
we're now
that
going
goes
to
in?
wait
Okay.
for these shaped cook sisters. Give it 5 minutes and now we're going to fry this off. There you go.
Wow.
O toque final é recobrir os coexisters com uma quantidade generosa de coco.
Zaini, can I taste now, please?
Of course, Reuben.
Been waiting the whole day to do this.
Enjoy.
Much better than good. That is delicious. I can understand how a husband can feel spoiled if he eats this.
Aguaceiros de verão no Cabo Ocidental. A chuva deu aso a campos verdejantes e a flores a desabrochar e no meio delas é possível ver um jardim único. O chefe Reuben Riffel encontra-se em busca de novos sabores e viajou até uma zona este da cidade do Cabo, que é considerada o centro da região vinícola onde se encontra e que é o local onde se localiza a Somos Delta State. Escondido por entre as videiras, encontra-se um pequeno terreno no qual são cultivadas plantas utilizadas pelos cois, um povo que se dedicava ao pastoreio.
There were people that lived off the land, and these were all kind of like indigenous ingredients that just grew wild all over the place. For us to be able to stand out, we've got to really use what is local, things that's part of our heritage.
Este jardim foi criado por Renata Coetzee, uma historiadora gastronómica que dedicou a sua vida a estudar a culinária e a cultura indígena.
All these herbs can be used to flavor food. This sage, particularly the brown sage, very good in fish cooking. It gives a wonderful flavor. The one like this, the buchu, you don't get anywhere else in the world than here in the Cape. It only grows here, and it is beautiful. If you flavor your dessert with it, they're very scarce, and we should preserve them because that's all we have of the past.
I just want to talk specifically about the people that, used to use all these herbs and this fruit, in their daily diet, the koi.
There were 14 different tribes of Khoi, and they lived, but in the drier parts, they ate some of the drier foods there. But these foods, these herbs, they were very special. The main thing was that I really was very happy about that they never picked everything. They saw that they left enough to grow for the next year. I think they're very tasty, and I would like to see that we don't import all our foods, herbs, etc., but use more of our indigenous flavors.
O Cabo Ocidental é rico em espécies vegetais e o seu clima temperado e solos férteis revelaram-se ideais para a criação das primeiras quintas por parte dos colonos holandeses do século XVII. Atualmente, as ervas e legumes da Solms Delta estão ao cuidado de Joan O'Ryan, um jardineiro que trabalha nesta propriedade há mais de uma década.
Almost everything in here is edible, isn't it?
Yes. Most of them, the flowers, also are edible. And you're looking
These
at
guys
this.
as
This
well.
is gazanias. It grows wherever you put it in. Beautiful.
Well, it's normally softer.
Yeah, it's normally soft. It's very nice. Very bit of sweetness there.
Quite a bit of sweetness.
As plantas aqui presentes foram escolhidas a dedo um pouco por todo o país e algumas das 170 espécies existentes nesta propriedade encontram-se em vias de extinção. Joan esforça-se não só para manter o jardim, mas também para preservar parte da sua cultura.
I'm Khoi descendant. My knowledge went way back to my great-grandmother, which was a midwife and a herbalist, and also my grandmother. So she used to look after me, and I have to go with her into the fields. That's where my knowledge came from. Everything that I learn about these plants, medicinally and edible, comes from her. It has been handed over to me. And for me now, what is the big step forward now is to hand this history over to the younger kids that's coming.
I think that's a great idea, for more people to be able to access it and then also become more curious and ask more about it. Because I think this is so, it's an important part of our heritage and to keep that going.
Na cidade do Cabo, começam a acender-se churrasqueiras um pouco por todo lado e o seu fumo indica que está a aproximar-se a hora de almoço.
Good weather, obviously good friends and family. Whenever there's some kind of occasion, there's always a braai. But I think people love it because, yes, it's great food, but everyone can get involved.
Num dos locais da cidade onde é comum as pessoas fazerem piqueniques, encontra-se um mestre do braai, que adora, tal como Reuben, cozinhar com brasas.
How's it, Jan?
Hello, Reuben.
You're busy braaiing again, eh?
Yes.
Conhecido localmente como Jan Braai, Jan Scannell é o criador do Dia Nacional do Braai, um dia que se comemora todos os meses de setembro e que homenageia este ritual culinário comunitário.
I also actually like for fresh fish, fresh lemon or lime juice. South Africa obviously has a fractured past. We're over that now, but still we need a bit of nation building, and the way that South Africans get together in South Africa for many, many years is around a braai fire, irrespective of race, religion, demographics or the language that you speak. So I thought, let's get a national braai day, one day a year where all 50 million South Africans stand around fires. Everywhere where there's a fire lit, there is the braai.
I always find it interesting talking about the comparison with braai and, other cultures in the world barbecue and what is the difference then between what we do and what they do?
The main difference between braaiing and barbecuing or grilling is that braai per definition has kept it pure. It's got to be done with the wood fire. So we haven't progressed to using charcoal, maybe sometimes in an emergency, but obviously never gas. Gas is what you use in a kitchen to cook scrambled eggs in the morning. Reuben, so we can see the coals are ready, red hot, literally.
Yeah, that's nice and hot, sir.
So, I'm going to put it flesh side down first. We can see there the fish slightly started to cook from the lemon juice.
Ah, lovely. It's more than just what goes onto the fire.
Yes.
It's kind of like everything around that.
Yes. Braai is a verb and it's also a noun and it's also an occasion. So to braai is more than just a way of preparing food. It's actually a way of life. We can see all these hundreds of people around us in this public braai area today. It's really about getting together and getting outdoors. So I like to always add a bit of fresh lemon juice at the end.
And then just some parsley over, eh? Like that.
Yeah. And now I think we can dig in.
Wow.
Super fresh, not overcooked.
I love this philosophy of keeping it as simple as possible like that. I mean, it's delicious. Well done. There's so much that not only South Africa, but here in the Cape where I live, has to offer in terms of food and just the people, the personalities. It was just for me such a great experience to just connect with so many people around something that I'm passionate about. Food's got the power to bring people together. We need more of those type of things. I think braai is one of them because that's when we're the most comfortable with each other, if we can find a common ground. I hope in the future we can find more things like just being together around a fire and braaiing and enjoying and breaking bread together. Cheers! Cheers, guys!
Já a seguir, familiares e amigos reúnem-se para um braai. Os sábados toalheiros, na Cidade do Cabo, começam frequentemente com uma ida ao talho. O chefe Reuben Riffel encontra-se em Woodstock, uma das zonas mais modernas da cidade, para tratar dos preparativos para o braai, a que irá neste fim de semana. O Frankie Fenner Meat Merchants é conhecido pelos seus produtos éticos e sustentáveis, entre os quais se incluem biltong, a carne de vaca maturada, que para se tornar mais saborosa é pendurada em salas que apresentam umidade controlada.
What we do is we hang our carcasses in this room, specifically designed for dry aging, and what they do is they lose a lot of moisture, and that concentrates the flavor and helps with tenderness.
Now listen, I'm planning to have this great braai this weekend. I see you've got this lamb hanging here. I like the size of it. Where's this lamb coming from?
So this lamb is from the Karoo. It is, we get it from just one supplier.
Karoo lamb is known for that distinct flavor because it eats all those wild herbs and that specific vegetation. That's what makes the taste of the meat unique.
You got all your classic, you got your lamb chops, your rib chops, your loin chops. One thing we really like to do as well is the lamb rump. It's just a deboned lamb rump done slowly over the coals, and the fat renders out and it's just perfect for braaiing.
Reuben vai também comprar salsichas tradicionais bastante condimentadas, que são conhecidas como boerewors.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'll see you again. All the best. Cheers. Bye.
Reuben foi convidado a ir à casa de uns amigos seus que vivem em Franschhoek Valley, um local a 1 hora da Cidade do Cabo. Cá, na África do Sul, os braais são encarados como ocasiões especiais.
Every braai is a celebration. What happens really is everyone cooks together. Everyone has got this sense of duty to do their little thing, whether it's bringing something or just jumping in there and cooking, and it's a very kind of like spontaneous thing.
Hoje serão servidos vários acompanhamentos e um prato composto por pescoço de avestruz e legumes que está a ser preparado num pote chamado pochi. Porém, o ponto alto do braai são as carnes compradas por Reuben.
So all those amazing ingredients that we collected. I'm going to make a marinade with this great spices we got from Wahab the other day. I'm going to mix this in some olive oil and then some chopped garlic and lemon juice. And that's just going to go over this lovely lamb. There's some leg chops and some lamb rump. And the lemon juice, obviously with the amount of fat that's in there, will just bring out all those lovely lamb flavors. I'm just going to toss that around a little bit. And what I've done here is just a mix of some Worcestershire sauce, some brown sugar, again some garlic, and some of this lovely wild rosemary we got from Johan the other day at Solms Delta. And also that's going to go straight over the flank. So this is going to stay there for about 5 minutes. I'm just going to go check the braai and then we're ready to go.
A carne encontra-se a assar e é fácil perceber porque é que este é o ritual culinário preferido dos sul-africanos.
When people come around a braai, there's very deep discussions and people solve a lot of the country's problems around the braai as well. I guess that's what makes it fun. There's always only one guy that's in charge of the braai. It's the same old adage of too many cooks spoil the broth. What braai master normally they're quite proud of what they've sort of like put together, and they want people to experience it like that. And some people can get quite sensitive. I'm not like that though, but it does happen.
Agora que a carne está pronta, a refeição pode finalmente começar e amigos e familiares vão render-se ao clima de festa que o braai de fim de semana traz consigo.
Just so you know, some people finished some of the meat on the braai. Cliff and Myrna, thank you very much. It's great to be in your home, and always great to get together for a lovely braai with good friends. So I just want to say thanks for coming. Have a great meal. To good health. Cheers. Cheers, guys. I mean, we all have to eat. That's the important thing, and it's more than just a sustenance thing. It gives us so much more. It's about really being able to be yourself, and I think it's like that for everyone. People just let their hair down and just, it's really a great opportunity to get to know people much better.
Aceda a cnn.com/journeys para saber mais acerca das tradições gastronómicas da África do Sul e partilhe as suas aventuras gastronómicas utilizando a hashtag CNN Food.